Hi there. In this video, we'll be covering how long should a self-published book be. Your book's length matters and your reader matters too. Think about the books that you want to have on the bookshelf next to yours. What do they look like? How long are they? All those things can help to gauge how long you should make your book too. By the end of this video, you will learn the importance of reader expectations and genre, why clarity matters more than page count, and why short books can even outperform long ones. And stay tuned until the end of the video for an opportunity I really think you're going to enjoy. Let's dive in. The way I see it with books, it's not how long it is, it's what you can do with it. And it's true. I mean, it really is. You know, if you have a book that is powerful and tells a story in 30,000 words, great. If it's 40,000 words, great. I've written books that are 130,000 words long. I wouldn't recommend it. If you want to do it, good luck. It really is about telling the story in the most succinct or meaningful way possible. You don't want to waste a single word. You don't want your reader to sit there saying, this could have been a lot shorter. You know, when I think about like, this could have been an email, when somebody schedules a meeting and you're like, this could have been an email. I feel like that's the case with books too. This could have been cut in half. This could have been 30,000 words or 40,000 words or 60,000 words. Obviously, that's not always the case, but it is a lot of the times, especially when you're thinking about business topics, life topics, leadership topics. There's no point in belaboring it. Get to the point, move on, and share this message with your reader in the best way possible. Especially in today's landscape of shortened attention spans and us being so busy all the time. It's not like we can sit and pleasure read, you know, but at the same time, it really does depend on the genre. You know, I think about fiction books, like George R.R. Martin's books are excessively long, you know, and that's what people expect from him. You know, when you think about a children's book, on the other hand, you would expect them to be short, you know, maybe 20 pages, 30 pages, or maybe if it's even a longer book, you know, maybe each chapter is 500 to 1,000 words. These are simple topics, you know. It's really about considering what people expect from other books like this, what people expect from other business books. If other business books are 50,000 words and yours is 100, you're going to miss out, you know. How to Win Friends and Influence People is not a long book. Tuesdays with Morrie is not a long book. Tuesdays with Morrie is like 30,000 words. That's it. The Last Lecture book, short book. So many meaningful books aren't that long. Obviously, the Bible is a long book. That's popular. People like to read that over time. It depends. That's the thing. There's no right answer, but there are wrong answers. And the wrong answers typically are, this is too long. Sometimes it's, this didn't explain it. More often than not, it's, this is too long and it didn't need to be this long. I could have gotten this message much shorter. For me, as a former newspaper reporter, I focus on clarity. Clarity over page count. How much do I need to write to make this topic make sense for the reader, to make it perfectly clear for them and to convey the message I need to convey? I don't want to make this short. I don't want to shortchange the reader. And I also don't want to keep them reading and reading and reading and reading, waiting for something to happen. Get to the point. Keep going and make the most of the reader's time. Don't take your reader for granted. You know, your reader's busy. Like, make them recognize the skill and the focus that you brought to writing, that you didn't waste a single word for them. For me, it's about delivering value, not filler. I remember one of the books that I worked on, we actually got it reviewed by a professional company called Kirkus, which is scammy. You know, it's really kind of a scammy review site. Like, there's the professional side of Kirkus, where they review traditionally published books. And then there's this self-publishing side where you pay $500 to have some random review your book, and results are iffy, I would say. So we had this book reviewed by a Kirkus reviewer. I don't know who this person was, but they talked about this book having all these chapters at the end to add to the word count, to make it more filler, to make it more complete and fill it up, which I was disappointed by, because that I'm so focused on being succinct with my writing. I rolled my eyes at that, you know. They called it a humdrum work. Like, I take that personally, I really do. But I really take it personally when someone's telling me that these things didn't need to be there, when my whole focus is, I'm not writing anything that doesn't need to be there. So it was really disingenuous review. Needless to say, it was an important message for me in the sense that yes, we can show off our writing skill, and yes, we can fill this book with whatever we wanted to. It's so important to deliver value and to make sure that every single word, every single message aligns toward the bigger goal of your book, because you don't want to take your reader for granted. You don't want to fill the book with things that they don't need, and you want to make the most of their time. So the more that you can do to think about books in your space and how long they are, what the reader expectations are, and how your book stands apart just in the way that you tell the stories, you can really do something impactful and, really write something that resonates. And fill this book and make it feel complete, You want the reader wanting more, and you also want them to feel like I got the story, I got what I needed to know. When you can do that and accomplish that, it's such an awesome feeling, but the more you work at it, the more you can get there. If you want to learn more about how long should a self-published book be, I definitely think you should check out another video I recorded. I'll link to it on the screen. It's called How to Get Your Self-Published Book Noticed. In that video, I really focus heavily on all the details, all the steps to uploading your book in Amazon, talking about outside distribution, talking about book promotion, all the things that you can do to bring success and visibility to your self-published book. Remember, a good book can change your life. I'm Dan Good. Thanks for watching.